Hello and welcome to another Wizard Wenzel YGO video. Today I'm going to be taking you through some Dragon Link test hands and really go into my thought process on how I'm really building these turn 1 boards. So, we got our deck. You don't need to worry, there's no Destroy Phoenix Enforcer in this. It's very similar to my budget Dragon Link build I posted about a month ago. So we're going to shuffle it up, draw 5 cards, and sort of see what we can do. So I'm going to walk through a couple different test hands here because some Dragon Link is one of those decks that the combos aren't really linear, and especially when it gets to the part where you're summoning Chaos Ruler, you kind of have to build your plays based on what you know. So I'm going to draw 5 cards. That's a pretty good hand. We have Normal Summon Dragon, we have an Extender, and we have access to our Rocket Engine after we put up our Link 2. So in this hand, you don't need to go into Dragoon Knight Romulus. You have 2 hand traps for your opponent playing second. So let's just go through it. So you normal summon the Rocket Tracer and Link 1 into Striker Dragon. Building your Seagawk Chainlink here is pretty easy. It's Striker Dragon Chainlink 1 and Noctivision Dragon trigger effect in hand, Chainlink 2 to special itself. So, summon it out, add the boot sector launch. This hand is still weak to a Veiler or an Infinite Impermanence on your Striker Dragon. Unfortunately, it kind of turns into Seal's Pass depending on what you draw from the Noctivision. So, next, we're going to link 2 into Haraxial Heavenly Spheres. Noctivision Dragon effect activates Engrave, letting us draw 1 card because it was used as a link material. Unfortunate, but if we do need to discard later in the combo, we're able to do that. So, activate Boot Sector Launch. Boot Sector Launch effect to special summon the Rocket Tracer. Rocket Tracer effect, target the Boot Sector Launch. So we're going to summon out Rocket Recharger, because at this point, we need to go into a Synchro 8. Especially without Verte Anaconda, there's not really any Link 2s you'd want to go into before going for your Chaos Ruler. Because Chaos Ruler, in this situation, it can either net us an Extender, like Chaos Dragon Levianeer, or it can net us another light hand trap, such as Ghost Ogre or Effect Veiler, which I think going into Seals plus 3 hand traps is a pretty good way to stop most of your opponent's plays next turn. So, I'm going to Synchro into the Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler effect. So pretty good. Unfortunate we're sending the Brotar, because that would have been a good summon with Radic Seal next turn to hit the Levianeer, but I think we have the Ghost Ogre. We still have a Light Engrave with Driver for next turn to bring back Chaos Ruler, but at this point we passed turn. 3 hand traps and an interruption on the field. I think we'll be able to deal with our opponent's board. And draw a new hand of 5 cards. So, Gamma, Safer, Ogre, Nibiru, Ash. So, 4 hand traps and a really good starter. I think we're going to be able to play this one out. So, normal summon the Safer. Effect, send itself for cost. This does open up that if your opponent tries to Ash it, we Gamma, and that's just free Synchro 8 for us, or 2 Link materials. So let's assume they don't hand trap that, and we can move on to searching for our Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. Which we have right there. Link 1, Collapse Serpent. Sorry, special, and then we will link using it. Striker Dragon. So, here it depends how you want to build your chain link. The way I think of it is, based on us not having any other extenders, I'd rather get the Black Dragon search off rather than the Striker Dragon. So we're going to make this Chainlink 1 and our Striker Dragon Chainlink 2. That way, even if they do have the Ash Blossom and saved it for this, we still get to end on a Heraldic Seal. White Dragon, and we're going to banish the special summon. So, at this point, it depends where you want, you'd rather more interactions in hand, more interactions on the field. Personally, I think with this hand, we don't really need to go into our Rocket Engine. We end on Heraldic Six Pass. Still have 3 hand traps that we can activate during our opponent's turn, and the Gamma, not really as useful, but we will be able to use it as a discard for Rotar, for example. So, not as explosive as a play as last time, but I still think we're well positioned to play against our opponent. So we're going to draw 5. Ash, Driver, Ogre, Levianeer, and Ravine. I mean, pretty much a brick, but we can still do something with it. So we're going to go Ravine, discard Driver for cost. That goes through. Send Absoluter effect, add the Rocket Tracer. Normal Rocket Tracer, and we're going to link 1, Striker Dragon effect to add the Boot Sector Launch. And we're going to activate Striker Dragon effect, targeting itself and targeting the Tracer in Graveyard to destroy itself to add a Tracer to Boot Sector Launch effect to special summon a Rocket Tracer. Tracer effect, target the Boot Sector Launch. Summon our Recharger. Now we're going to show you. We're going to Synchro 8, this time going into Borload Savage. So, Savage is going to use this effect to equip a Link and equip the Striker Dragon to gain 500 attack and put 1 counter. The reason I'm playing it in defense mode is to play around Lightning Storm, because you don't want to have to burn the negate. You don't have to. I don't know how many guys are playing Lightning Storm in game 1, but I doubt the 2500 defense versus 3500 attack would come up that often, especially when we have 2 hand traps to play. But look at our graveyard. You can extend a little further, banishing 3 darks for Levianeer to hit a card in their hand to cripple their plays a bit more, or what I would recommend is you save the Levianeer for next turn, because especially with the Psy-Frame Driver in Graveyard, you can either go for the hand rip effect or destroy 2 cards on their field. So, those are 3 separate test hands. I know none of them were crazy, but when you're playing a high hand trap build and you open enough to get your initial engine going plus 3 hand traps, I don't think you really complain. So, if you like those test hands or you want to see me do it with a bit of a different build, let me know. I am planning to do another deck profile next week, especially with the Albaz structure deck coming out and how you can fit that into Dragonlink. So if you want to see that, let me know, and see how fast I can get it done. Thanks for watching.